Hello again. This is Kingston Town Administrator Keith Hickey with This Week in Kingston for the week ending May 22nd, 2021. Big weekend coming up this weekend. Saturday, May 22nd is going to be our annual town meeting at the Kingston Collection. Um, Hoping everybody can take some time out of their schedule on on Saturday morning to attend and make their voices heard. Before we get into the town meeting stuff, just want to take a second and let everybody know there will be a Memorial Day parade this year, which is exciting. The annual Memorial Day parade will kick off at 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday, May 31st at the World War II Memorial, which is across from the Cancun restaurant. You proceed down Landing Road, Main Street. The parade will proceed down Landing Road, Main Street, Green Street, and then Evergreen Street. The event will end at a ceremony on the town hall lawn, with COVID restrictions being lifted as of the 29th. Everybody's being asked to turn out and honor the veterans and pay respects to the servicemen and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice. So please try to get out on the 31st and recognize our veterans. The parade hopefully will be great. It'll be nice to finally get outside and be able to socialize with people without any restrictions. So please try to take advantage of that. On to the annual town meeting is going to be held on Saturday. There's a number of articles, 33 articles that will be considered on Saturday. Number of different items that have been prepared to assist you with the information in the warrant itself on the town website. The warrant is there. There's a town meeting handout that provides supporting documentation and explanations for each warrant article and what the money is being requested for, or what the purpose of the article is. So try to take advantage if you have the opportunity to do that. So when you come to town meeting, you've got all the information you need. You're aware of what's being discussed and why, and you can participate and have it be educated on what's being expected. One of the things that I think came up last year in the annual town meeting, the moderator proposed consent agenda items. He's going to propose 3 consent agenda items again this year. Those consent agendas are basically, what that means for those who may not be aware, is the consent agenda would enable a group of items, in this case warrant articles, excuse me, to be grouped together and proposed to be approved as a group with no discussion. If anybody has a concern over one of the articles that are in that consent agenda item, they can ask to have a particular warrant article pulled off of that consent agenda, and that could be done, and that article will be debated and considered individually, like most articles are. So, as I mentioned, there are 3 articles, and the 3 articles that will be proposed as consent agenda items. The first one is some of the normal business items that you hear every year at town meeting. Committee reports, authorizing revolving funds, the enterprise budgets for water and sewer, as well as the renewable energy. Things of that nature will be on the first consent agenda for your consideration. The second consent agenda item will be collective bargaining agreements and the wage and personnel article. This year, we have a wage and personnel article looking to appropriate funds for individuals who are non-union people who are under the supervision or responsibility of wage and personnel. That article will be considered in a consent agenda along with the police patrol union and both KTEU union contracts as well. So that'll be consent agenda number 2. And then the third consent agenda is just looking to have the consent agenda pass some of the bylaw changes that have been proposed for the town clerk to identify proper chapters, annual kennel license renewal date change, and then the last one being sewer rules and regulation changes. So again, if anybody has any concerns and wants to pull one or more of the articles out of those consent agenda items, they can do that, and it will be discussed individually and voted on individually. The moderator brings these forward because they are opportunities to move the meeting along a little bit, not have it be quite so lengthy, and risk the chance of it having to go more than one day. So we'll see how that goes. There's a number of different items that are on the warrant, obviously, with 33 articles. I just want to just raise a couple of, make people aware of a couple of things that we've heard some comments on. So if you've had the opportunity to review things. One of the articles that's being proposed this year, and it's proposed every year, are capital improvements, capital improvement articles, and typically that article is about $500,000. This year it's about $1.5 million, significantly more, for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, the town's in good financial condition, and the treasurer, the finance director, myself, all felt as though the capital planning committee had more flexibility and could increase the amount of money to that $1.5 million mark for capital needs. There's a number of things that are in that article with regards to capital needs that are being considered this year. Two public works vehicles, 10-wheel truck that will be used at the transfer station as a roll-off, as well as plowing snow in the wintertime, an 8-wheel dump truck. There's lease payments for the ladder truck that was approved recently in there as well. There's also a number of other smaller improvements all across town in different locations. I think what you'll notice, though, and I think it's the Capital Planning Committee did a really good job. There is no additional borrowing with any of these projects. It's all being paid for cash. There's no additional leases, things of that nature. So we have the funds to do it. Where we've fallen behind on some of our capital needs. The $1.5 million are important items that should be considered by the voters and will hopefully be supported by the voters. The Capital Planning Committee did defer some of the capital requests. They didn't approve all of them, certainly. So just again, I've heard that there's some rumors out there, I guess, that the Capital Planning Committee just approved everything that came in front of them. That is absolutely not the case at all. The other items that seems to have gotten a lot of conversation so far, and I think we'll probably get a lot of debate on Saturday, is Article 25, which is modifying the oversight authority over the health agent and the assistant assessor. And really what this article does in plain terms is to have the health agent and the assistant assessor work directly for the town administrator rather than working for the Board of Health and the Board of Assessors. The Board of Health and the Board of Assessors still are responsible for the oversight of making sure that the bylaws and the state regulations for both assessing and health are being followed. It's really to provide support and oversight to the appointed positions and removing them from the oversight of those two elected boards, very similar to what has already happened with the planning board, the zoning board, the conservation commission, and other boards in town. They will, the health agent and the assistant assessor will be staff liaisons to those boards, will continue to take instruction from those boards. The Board of Health and the Board of Assessor will continue to participate, as they have in the past, in the hiring of those two positions if there was a vacancy in either one of those. I think what you're going to see on Saturday, unfortunately, is a lot of information that's going to be thrown at the members that are attending town meeting, trying to deflect and confuse some of the voters, looking to complicate this matter more than that. it's truly just looking to improve operations of the organization and provide the support um, to the board, to the health agent, and to the assistant assessor on a day-to-day basis, rather than over an elected official group. Um, just found that overall, it's how most communities in Massachusetts operate. Um, it's not any slight to either the the Board of Health, or the Board of Assessors. It's just trying to provide the support and oversight that a full-time position should have. So we'll see where that goes. Beyond that, town meeting is going to be it's going to be at the Kingston Collection, same spot as last year at the former go-kart site. Um, there will be hand sanitizer and things of that nature that are available to everybody. People will be still sitting 6 feet apart. Masks will be required. We're excited that later on this month, some of the restrictions are being lifted, and we can come back to a bit of a normal lifestyle. And then in the middle of June, the emergency status is being lifted by the governor, and that's fantastic. And all the restrictions will be removed. The Board of Health voted recently to continue to follow the governor's recommendations, so there'll be no additional or more restrictive requirements for wearing masks or anything associated with the pandemic. One thing just to mention to people, so you're aware, with the lifting of the state of emergency, the clock now starts to tick on the Winthrop Street property, and we have the town has a certain length of time to make a decision on whether or not they want to exercise the right of first refusal on that Winthrop Street property. So I would expect a fall town meeting to be a little bit earlier in the fall this year than they have in the past, so we can meet the window deadline that is set by state law for the voters of the community to decide whether or not they want to acquire that piece of property. So keep an eye on that. That'll be starting to be discussed again with the Board of Selectmen, I would guess sometime in June, with some deadlines being set up for town meeting into the fall. So with that, I want to thank everybody very much for watching today. A little longer show than normal. Hope to see as many people at town meeting on Saturday at 9 o'clock as we can, and look forward to seeing what the results are. So thanks very much for watching again. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.